So why does your SP keep reflecting the same version despite the fact that you've been affirming? What's actually going on here? There's a really important element and aspect to this that a lot of people tend to skip over. So I'm going to be touching on that and delving into what exactly I'm talking about. How does it even tie into self-concept? All of this in today's video, so stay tuned to hear my advice on this. Welcome back to today's video. Hey guys, this is going to be about your specific person and how they're reflecting you, as the title suggests, being a mirror reflection of you, and what beliefs, thoughts, and assumptions might actually be shaping the way that they are behaving or conforming or not conforming. So I'm going to get into all of that today. If you feel that you really need extra support, you'd like one-to-one coaching and help from me, then you can become a member. That's my most affordable option, where it's more of a group setting where you guys get to vote and decide what kind of content you want to see. A lot of it is going to be SP based. That is still the most popular topic over there in my membership. So click the join button right below, take a look at the perks and what you actually get before you sign up if you're interested. And also I'll pop on screen everything to do with my coaching. And like I said, the extra support and content that you guys can get. So take a look if you want to do that. I also have a vlog channel. I have all my social media linked below, so you can follow me there, get manifesting updates, extra manifestation content that I might either not upload at all here or upload at a later point. So yeah, take a look, and now let's start the video. Your specific person is going to mirror back to you the version of yourself that you assume and the version of you that you believe in relation to them. So yes, self-concept as a whole is going to mirror reflect outwards in how people treat you. If you have a really poor self-concept, very insecure, lacking in confidence, it's okay to be at that starting point. A lot of people can relate and have been at that point, but that is what is unfortunately going to reflect, because you're holding on to that, you're thinking that, and therefore other people will reflect it back to you, but also in relation to your specific person. So relationships, it can be non-romantic for an SP as well, but dating, your past relationships, past partners that you've been with, just how you see yourself in respect of the connection with your SP. So how does that tie into what you expect from them? Do you expect them to pursue, chase, initiate, value you, respect you, and see you as this amazing person, man or woman, who is on the pedestal? What do you actually assume there? What is your assumption? Try and be aware of that as well. It's a great part of your mental diet as well, that when, maybe when they text you or you're expecting communication from them, you're maybe in that waiting state of wanting the communication from them. What goes through your mind? Are you panicked? Are you in a desperate state needing validation? Or do you feel secure? You can't hold on to the negative assumptions about yourself, about your worth, and just completely ignore your standards and what you would expect and expect them to elevate their approach. Your SP isn't going to be able to elevate to reach the point that you're focusing on, that end result, if what you keep going back to, and alongside the effort that you're putting in, the focus I'm sure you guys are putting in to create, a positive, healthy, happy, amazing end result. I'm sure you guys are not, holding yourself back and just going for something very neutral, vague, lukewarm results. But if at the same time you are not focusing on what you expect them to treat you as, how the behavior you expect them to give you, and they're not going to be able to elevate to that end result if you're wavering, if you're still holding on to this level of self-concept, because I know I have always identified that self-concept won't manifest your specific person. You need to make sure the beliefs about that SP align and about relationship that you're creating. But if you're not having the standards to align with that, if you're allowing for breadcrumbs, expecting, waiting for, and hoping just for breadcrumbs, and just really focusing your energy there instead of saying, I'm going to hold myself to this level of standards. I'm holding myself high. I'm putting myself on the pedestal. I'm making sure that this is what I see myself as. This is how I speak to myself, because you don't have to fully believe it yet, but you're going to tell yourself and focus on the idea of, I received this amazing treatment from SP. This is the behavior I get. This is my expectation. This is what I visualize, what I hold on to mentally. Because you cannot have that version of reality until you're literally holding on to it consistently, not permanently and fully, because that's probably not the way our conscious minds would naturally think, but consistently. It is going to be easy to fall into that trap of having spiraling thoughts and, essentially the old story, the lack, the version and, self-concept, self-esteem and belief and feeling of being feeling secure in yourself. If you're allowing for spiraling thoughts, and it's easy for it to fall into this cycle. So you need to elevate your mindset and make sure that the thoughts that you have about yourself, like I said, the way you're treated, what is actually going on in this relationship, what treatment do you expect and focus on, and you don't expect, oh, they're going to keep treating me poorly. If they're treating you poorly, don't focus on that. Don't accept or hold on to that kind of version. That is unacceptable. You don't need to, nor should you, tell your SP that you've raised your standards or that, you're no longer accepting something. If you're in communication or this comes up naturally, I'm not saying there's a list of do's and don'ts. Communication and conversations and whatever goes on in a relationship, in a connection between two people, that's up to them to decide. I'm not saying you guys have to withhold communication, but you don't literally go out and tell your SP, oh, I'm no longer accepting this or that. Your behavior, the way you hold yourself, the way you interact, and the boundaries and standards that you have for, I'm not interacting or engaging and arguing about negativity, old circumstances, arguments. You don't engage in that. You don't try and resolve it and force a positive outcome through, like I said, arguments and communication, really. You just assume it. You assume, I expect and receive this treatment. This is who I am. This is my self-worth. This is my self-concept. This is what the relationship with my specific person looks like. It's all about just reminding yourself, this is who I am now. This is the version of you that you are. And they feel that shift. I guess in quantum physics terms, there's like a literal energetic frequency shift, right? And the quantum frequency that you're engaging with, and they literally feel that shift. So I'm not saying it's instant. It can take a little bit of time and repetition to build up, but they will respond in their feelings, their behavior, just the way they conform and become the version that aligns with that. They feel the shift. You become that version now by continuing to work on it, continuing to convince yourself, this is who I am and this is the relationship I have. Because you don't entertain the version of them that doesn't meet that. You don't engage with, you don't continue, you don't try and force a shift in or analyze that version. You let that go and you say, that's not the version anymore. I don't have that kind of relationship. So your specific person is not in control. Your SP doesn't control the outcome or what's going on. And, it's your reality. You're at the center of your reality. You create the circumstances, and the ones that you don't like, you recognize that consciously and you shift it. You put the focus and effort into the new positive version. So remind yourself, your SP isn't the one in control. Your thoughts are. The way that you think, the mindset that you work on and build up, which can take a bit of time and practice, but that is what's in control. So when you do see a shift in their behavior, it's not that they suddenly decided to change or something unexpected and unknown happened. They are following your inner shift, the way that you conform internally, because that's the first stage. They are just following on from that. So that's how you know, I'm on the right path, I'm creating movement, I'm building something up. Even a lack of the negative is a positive sign. If you are still in that point of seeking validation, seeking confirmation that they've shifted and seeking confirmation of them conforming and that everything is starting to shift, or the text message, holding out for this one piece that's going to comfort you and give you validation, then you're just reinforcing the old version of you and them. You're holding on to that old version of the relationship. Because again, you're looking externally, you're trying to look outwards, gain validation, wait for reassurance, instead of saying, no, I'm in control. These are the assumptions I'm creating. This is what I'm going to teach myself to believe. So don't wait for them to come in and prove with their behavior that they do something to make you feel chosen. Just assume you are the version that is chosen. You are worthy of being chosen. There is no alternative. Someone who could just see even one iota of your value is going to choose you. You have to come in with that mindset, which again doesn't have to be believable or fully believed to take effect and actually show up and manifest in your reality. You build it up, you become more confident, you believe it more and more, but you need to start putting in that practice regularly. So when you create boundaries, it doesn't mean that you're, pushing your SP away, nor am I saying that's what you should be doing. It's not going to create this distance. It's not about that at all. It's just about having boundaries for, I know where my focus is. I know what I want. I know what I'm going to accept in this relationship. And then they will have to start to conform and meet those boundaries and standards that you focus on. So you don't want to react because it's just going to create the same cycle over and over. You want to rewrite that version in your mind, whether it is literally revision, your mental diet, which is an excellent approach, but just literally refocus, rewrite that, say, nope, the old story's out, it's gone, it's in the past, it's no longer here, it's not present anymore. What is present is what I hold now in my mind. Even just 5 minutes after this video, if you start looping a new positive version, it's already having a positive effect. It's already doing something. So you don't want to hold on to and perpetuate the negative old version of your SP and the relationship. Focus on where is your self-concept in relation to the relationship, in relation to you and your SP, shall we say. Do you consider yourself confident, secure, worthy? Are your thoughts spiraling and wavering? That would reflect that that's not true. Are you holding out and waiting and hoping for just breadcrumbs? Are you overanalyzing? These are all signs to show you. Put a bit more focus into that. Think about what kind of positive, healthy relationship you truly want and hold that as the consistent thought in your mind. Hopefully this video wasn't too rambly. I feel like I wanted to get through quite a lot of thoughts, but if it was useful and you guys enjoyed, you want more of this topic, do thumbs up, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.